All right, we have a very exciting pair of low heat to open today. I mean, I'm kind of surprised. I put it in low heat category because resale on these things isn't all that bad. We'll get into that in just a second. You already know what these shoes are because of the title, because of the thumbnail, so I'm not going to do a big intro. But a little surprised. Before we get into the true unboxing, please subscribe to my channel. I'm almost at 1,000 subscribers, which is kind of nutty. I've almost had the channel up 2 years. It's coming up on 2 years, so it's nothing crazy, but you know, that's pretty good progress. So please move your thumb, point your finger, whatever, and move it over. Hit the subscribe button. It costs you nothing, and it would mean a lot to me. Okay, classic upside down unboxing. That's okay though. Ooh, because we can flip it around like this. Look at that. Look at that. Now, I'll tell you how I got these. For a second here, I was worried these would never come. This wasn't real. Didn't actually happen. But these are the Joe Fresh Goods New Balance 550 collab. Conversations Among Us sneaker. And why was I unsure if they would actually be in there? This is a pair from like China. Maybe these are manufactured in China. I don't know. Because I got these from Wish, Atlanta, for retail, $120. That's the retail on these. Got these for retail. Hit on them. The day they dropped, Wish dropped them on Facebook, on their Facebook shop, and it said I hit. I'd never really got an email. But when you went to like my profile on Facebook and purchases, these were there. The order was confirmed, so it was a wild and nutty drop. A lot of online first come first serve drops from various retailers, and I just so happened to hit on Wish's Facebook drop. I think because people were confused. So I struck out on a ton of retailers. That, you know, everyone was going for them. Bots were going for them. Struck out a million different ways. Remembered that something I was trying to remember before I started this video, how I think Wish advertised that they were going to air a video, or the Joe Fresh Goods like video or something on Facebook Live. I knew that was a cue that they might drop them online, because he did the shock drop on Instagram, on his Instagram Live. So I struck out on a few places and quick ran down the list of retailers. I'm like, oh yeah, Wish is doing that thing on Facebook. Struggled to find their Facebook Live page. It's a mess. It's confusing. Found it somehow. Saw the store. Went, you know, it failed a couple times. But that's the lesson, girls, boys, and everyone else. You gotta be persistent. Perseverance. You can't throw your hands up and throw your phone. You gotta be persistent. I was, and I got through eventually. Anyways, so that's the short story. So these are the New Balance 550. I got them in true to size because they fit me true to size. I have these I'm a Leon doors, and they fit me true to size. So ran it back. Okay. Now, so much to talk about. I know you just want me to pull out the shoes, so I'm going to, but just a lot of thoughts on and excitement on hitting on a Joe Fresh Goods pair for retail. And if you want a pair of these or 550s, a collab 550, they're the hotness. We'll talk about that too. But let's get into the shoes. Nice thick box, thick boy box. They've been doing these lately. Designed and curated by Joseph Robinson and a team of black associates at New Balance. Cool little video. I think I was talking about this when I unboxed his outside clothes 990 V3s that I got. I did an unboxing video recently, you know, a year later after the drop. Bought them off a reseller, PG knows. Anyways, they did a really cool video, just kind of nod at black culture and how a lot of things can be communicated unsaid or said. It's just you know, in different cultures and groups, people tend to have their own way of communicating, and it's not always picked up on by others. So Conversations Among Us is nod to that. Good video with Kawhi Leonard. And here they are. Okay. Let's take a second to take these in. I'm already getting excited. I'm already getting very, very excited. I like these a lot. There's been a lot of canvas shoes lately. I think most recently I unboxed the Air Jordan 3 muslins, which is like a canvas. And these already, I'll tell you, are better, in my opinion. And I sold those to keep the sneaker rotation going for this channel. These I will be keeping. I will not be getting rid of these. I think it leaked too that there's going to be some Air Jordan 4s that look like Air Jordan 4s in black that look like the M&M Air Jordan 4s. Those I think are also in canvas. So canvas, the current wave. I like canvas. These aren't leather, but these are pretty great. And what I like about these already is this off-white cream. Because canvas kind of like picks up dirt and stuff, it won't be as noticeable since this is, you know, white canvas. I mean, these are I gotta say it, it's not leather, but these are great. These are fantastic. Let's see here. Okay, that's just a little New Balance manufacturer label. Okay, now that we've had a time to take it in, I'll point out some details here. Appreciate you if you're watching my channel. I know these have probably been unboxed and reviewed a million times, so thank you for taking the time to watch my unboxing of these. And I'll try to talk about some things other people don't. So first off, the New Balance logo N. On GRs, they're this like nylon. On the Aimé Leon doors, like I'm wearing, it's cracked leather. And here it's this like synthetic, real smooth. No, maybe not synthetic. Maybe this is actually a hit of leather. Not sure, but it's really soft, smooth. Maybe leather, maybe synthetic leather, but that's what that is. The rest is canvas. Then there's some hairy suede material around the ankle here. Stitched New Balance logo on the back. Stitched 550 logo there. You got your, on the tongues, it says Conversations and then Among Us in this solid, subtle stitched nylon tag. I don't know if that's nylon tag, but the stitched tag, it's very faint and subtle. You can't really tell that, but it has the classic New Balance basketball. If you don't know, this was a basketball model in the 80s. And they brought it back in these like retros and made it popular. I mean, it's very similar, as you can tell, to the Air Force One, which was also an 80s basketball shoe, or the Dunk, which was also an 80s basketball shoe. It's crazy how the 80s was like the explosion of athletic basketball shoes, and it carried over their popularity because it cemented those silhouettes as kind of classics. And in today's day and age, 2022, all those silhouettes are selling strong. And New Balance found a market, found a way to combat the Air Force One, the Dunk, the Stan Smith, which is pretty impressive. Very impressive to do that against the Giants. Like Reebok and Puma are missing out because they have their classics from that era too, and they're just not as popular right now. So New Balance has found a way to reinvent their classic shoe from that era and make it popular. So get on it, Reebok and Puma. Anyways, back to the shoes. It has extra laces. I haven't seen many people lace these up. Now, I've been out of the country for like over a week in Stockholm and Sweden. So maybe people have been posting pictures with these, with the lace swaps on, but I haven't seen them. You got your blue laces, which I kind of dig. Part of me, I likes the all cream aesthetic, but part of me kind of wants to see, I like contrasting laces. The blue pop right there, I don't know. What do you guys think? That'll be my first, let me know in the comments, plug or prompt. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about lace swapping. And then the other ones are very similar. I guess they are a slightly different color. They are a slightly different color, but basically the same. And then they got the brown tips on them. Can you tell the difference? They are slightly different. They're they're not this yellow cream. They're more of an off-white, closer to maybe very, very, very light brown, like a dirty white. So you get two lace options. Got your typical traction on the bottom and non-marking sole for gyms. Anyone remember when you had your school supply list and it would, at least for me, it would list on it gym shoes, non-marking gym shoes? Anyways, I had that. And then on the insole, you have Conversations Among Us on the insole. And these come with Ortholite insoles that start out pretty comfy. Now, I think people tell me that these wear through pretty easily. But when you press them down, pretty comfy to begin with. I wouldn't want to walk all day. If you don't own a pair of these, I wouldn't want to walk all day in these, but I think they are maybe a little bit more comfortable on the bottom of your foot than Dunks. I think Dunks have a nicer shape inside to begin with, fit your foot better, are a little bit more roomy in certain areas. And so for just like sitting or having your foot in them, I think Dunks might be regular Dunks. I'm not talking SB Dunks. Regular Dunks might be a little bit more comfortable, but to walk in, I think these might be, they have a really hard outsole, these do. Dunks have a little bit more pliable outsole, so that affects walking to a degree also. So I'm going to try these on. Now what I wanted to talk about is a couple things. Stick around. I want to talk about a couple things. Prices on these, how to get 550s, and then Joe Fresh Goods and his upcoming collabs. So let's try these on to begin with. I will say I was watching today a video by The Frugal Aesthetic, which is pretty good. He talks about 550s and his thoughts on them and their New Balance's rise in popularity. It was a pretty good video. Now he has I think he does pretty good videos. He's got like 1 million plus subscribers. I like his editing. Anyways, go check that video out for his thoughts on the 550. I agree with a lot of his thoughts. So if I get a lot of comments on these videos about how do I get a pair? And that's the natural question to, ask. These are very popular amongst casual people, sneakerheads, everyone in between. This is not a, as the Frugal Aesthetic was saying, not a if you know shoe anymore. Pretty much everyone knows about the 550s. Everyone and their moms know about these. In fact, I got my dad a pair of these. So, if you want a pair, you need to, specifically if you want a pair for retail, you gotta hustle. You gotta subscribe to mailing lists. You gotta follow Instagram accounts. You gotta keep up on the sneaker news. These are not just going to be gifted to you unless you're my dad. These, you do have to do a little work. That being said, these are so popular. They're going to keep doing collabs with Aimee Leandor. They're going to keep doing collabs with other people. There's going to keep being GR releases. So stay at it. If you're like me and sign up for everything and watch everything, you're going to hit eventually on something. Might be a 650, might take a while, might not be the colorway you want, but you will if you're actually trying, staying up on the news. Don't pay $400 for anything. You will hit on a pair. Now, if you're not someone who doesn't stay up on everything and just want a pair for retail, I don't know. It's going to be tough out there for you. You got to put in the work. What I would suggest, if you're not going to do the work, is just buy a pair for resale. Just don't pay over $300. These are very affordable right now. What you got to wrap your mind around is some people don't want to pay resale, and then these drop, and everyone has them. The resale market all the flippers want to unload them. Prices are pretty low. All of these in bigger sizes are just over $200. Now, if you're a smaller size foot or a lady with a smaller size foot, I apologize because these are going for $300. Smaller sizes, I guess higher demand, maybe lower supply. I don't know, but they're all over $300. Any bigger sizes though, only over $200. You're gonna pay retail for Jordans, Yeezys, $200. and you don't want to pay $200 for a pair of 550s that you really want, and then you don't have to do any of that work I'm talking about. You can just pay $200 plus fee shipping, maybe $250. You get your pair, you wear it for a long time, for a year plus, get your use out of it. It's a great everyday pair that goes with anything, especially these. Any of them, really. I would just pay resale. Keep your eyes out when these things just drop, like a new ALD collab, like the 650s when they just drop. Tons of supply out there. Lots of people trying to flip. Low prices. As the things get worn, dead stock pairs disappear. The people who want them, it lands in their hands and they keep them. Then prices start to go up. So always give it a few days for the high prices to get weeded out, the people who really want them. And then after a few days, after a drop, a week, that's when you hit buy. So that's my advice to you people, is if you really want these for retail, you gotta stick with it. You gotta put in the work. If you don't want to do the work, you just gotta time the right moment and buy these things for resale at the lowest price, because they do creep up. But they're gonna keep, these things are so popular, they're gonna keep doing stuff like this. GRs especially, you can find GR 550s if you gotta put in a little work. You gotta search sites. You gotta stay on top of drops. You gotta look at mall shops. You gotta actually wander into stores. But you can find GRs. Now, are they as good as the collabs? No, they're not as good a leather. They look a little bit more like mall shoes, but you can get a pair for sure. So yeah, I think these look dope on foot. Sizing, yeah, I think you can go true to size. I wouldn't go down a half size because it's kind of tight around the upper, around your foot. I would be very hesitant to go down half a size. For me, I'm getting old. I like comfy shoes. I would go up half size if you want. You can, if that's a way cheaper or whatever, or what you have access to. I think you can go a half size up. You'll have more room in the toe, but you'll have more room around the upper as well, and then it'll be comfy. So that's my advice. Go true to size. You can go half size up. Half size down, I would be careful. I would try them on. First. I'm sure it can happen, but if you have a foot like me, you'd have to go way loose. I just don't want to deal with that. Not my age, not cramming my foot into shoes anymore, walking around uncomfortable. Not happening. I think these are dope. Real quick before I give these a rating, what's dropping next? He just teased his, what are they, 2090s? Or what are they, 1090s? 9090s? Anyways, they're in the inside voices. I think it's 9090s. If you know about those, if they have a history with New Balance, let me know in the chat. I'm not a big New Balance head until recently, obviously, with their recent popularity. I'm a bandwagon person, not afraid to admit it. So if you know about that silhouette, drop some knowledge in the comments. That being said, I think the colorway is fire. I love the colors that he put together in that Instagram photo he posted. I really like those. I'm going to be going for those. If you're a fan of these, the 2002 R's, Conversations Among Us, definitely look at those. If I didn't have such a big shoe collection at this point, I would definitely buy those. They are under 200, I think. I think those are a dope pair of shoes, and they are super comfortable. I think if you were hoping to get those and missed out, I don't know, it's about as good as you can ask for a resale price. I think they probably cost retail, I don't know, $140 probably, and they're going for $180 plus shipping tax. You're going to pay a little over $200, $220 maybe max. I would definitely look at the 2002R Joe Fresh Goods Conversations Among Us. I would buy those. Again, I'm trying to only limit myself to only buying things for retail at this point. That things that I hit on for retail, let that dictate what I get. But again, if I didn't have as many shoes as I have, if I had more money, whatever, I would totally hit buy on those 2002Rs right now on StockX, eBay, GOAT, wherever. I think that's a great value. I think those will go up slowly over time. I don't think it's a great value in the flipping or investment, not in that sense. if you like the shoe, if you like Joe Fresh Goods, if you like the colorway, if you like that model of New Balance, if you're looking for a collab New Balance trainer runner, haven't been able to get your hands on a pair, definitely look at the 2002R. I think it's not a bad price on the secondary market. These, let me know what you think about these. I think these are fire. I mean, you can't go wrong with that. That's so sick. I'm going to wear these for a bit. Once these get a little bit more beat, I think I'm going to then start rocking these. More of these are dropping in the poop colorways. So if you're asking in the comments, how do I get a pair? And you're still watching, look, these are dropping soon. In different colorways. They'll do online drops with retailers on New Balance, on Aimé Leon. You got to put in the work if you want them for retail. And then if you miss out, check those secondary prices. They won't be that high to begin with. Pull the trigger before they start creeping up. God, I love these. These are great. Okay, let's give these a rating. I think these, do these crack 9? They're not leather. I kind of like leather more sometimes, but these are not leather. Do these crack a 9? I'm so happy to hit on a pair of Joe Fresh Goods New Balance collabs because I have yet to hit. I really wanted the outside clothes, had to pay resale. If you watch that video, size 11 was a little too tight for me. I'm looking to sell those because I just can't spend that much money and wear a size. If you are a size 11 in 990 V3s and want the Joe Fresh Goods pair, hit me up. You got to pay resale. You got to pay what I paid for, but you'll pay exactly what I paid for plus shipping. So hit me up. I think it should end up being cheaper than what you'd pay on StockX. So if you're size 11, still watching this, hit me in the DMs on Instagram, and yeah, I'll sell them for exactly what I bought them and then throw on shipping. Okay, I think let's give these a 9 out of 10. I don't want to give them anything above a 9 out of 10. I don't want to go below 9 out of 10. These are exactly a 9 out of 10 shoe in my opinion. I love them. That's pretty high rating. I think these are absolutely great. These will go with anything. Quick note on apparel and socks. Like, I'm very tempted. There's some like New Balance stuff that goes with this capsule, and you could get some New Balance socks. Thing is, you're very limited when you have shoe branded things, socks, shorts, t-shirts, because then you have to wear them. If you're like me, you have to wear them with the appropriate branded shoe. And then you got this stuff that's sitting like Adidas shirts or whatever, Nike socks that you can't wear with these. So I'm a big fan of not buying like New Balance socks, sweats, hoodies, etc. Obviously, I have a ton of Nike stuff, unfortunately, Nike stuff. But I also have a lot of Nike shoes. But then I can't wear all those Nike socks with these. I know some of you might think you can. Let's hear it in the chat if you do think that. But for me, I feel like I need to match brands. So I'm a big fan of going like Stance or apparel or clothes that aren't Nike, New Balance, or Adidas. Because otherwise you just can't wear them with whatever you want. All right, more Lowheat coming up very soon. Please subscribe to see all that.